I'm Chris Strangio, the founder and president of CAMI Research, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about our high voltage tester today. This is the CableEye HVX, this unit here. This is 128 test points, which can be expanded to as many as 1,024. This particular model can go up to 2100 volts DC or 1200 AC. We have capacitance measurement for twisted pair checking and 4-wire Kelvin measurement, so we can check resistance down to 1 milliohm. Now I'd like to tell you about this board. This is a demonstration board. This is just for showing how the system works. It's for training purposes and verification. I've got a simple DB9 male to female cable, you can see here, and all these switches in the middle allow me to add faults intentionally to the circuit to show you how the tester picks it up. And I'm going to show one or two of those in our short video today. Look at the screen. On the lower part of the screen we have the match data. This represents the golden cable, and that's the ideal wiring of the cable and connectors. And this can either come from a learned cable from the database, something that you've stored previously, or a net list that has been downloaded into the system from a harness wiring CAD package. At the top of the screen is where the test data is shown, and this is the results of making a measurement on a cable. In order for a cable to be considered good, the test data has to perfectly match the match data, not only in terms of wiring, but if you look down here, you can see resistance thresholds. We're looking for a minimum of no more than 5 ohms of resistance in every connection, and no less than 1 megohm of isolation between wires. Now this is a low voltage measurement. This is a high voltage tester, so after we pass all of the tests, is it wired correctly? Do we have good connection resistances? Then we go on and do a high pot test. And if you look at this panel on the top, you can see that we've got it set for 100 volts DC with a trip current of 200 microamps. So I'm going to start by learning this little DB9 cable that I've attached. I'll click Learn Cable, and you immediately see the complete wiring schematic of this cable. We're looking into the termination side. I can easily flip this around to look into the pins. So you can arrange this view in whatever way works best for you. Now I'm going to run a test. I'm going to turn off high pot for the moment and just run a low voltage test, and I'll do this, and everything shows up. We have a perfect match. It's in green. You can look at this as a wire list as well, and here you see a list of all of the wires that were detected and the resistance value of each wire. Now, if there was an error, I'll introduce one like this, and we retest it. Now you see a red block and a black X. You might not notice it, but there's a missing wire here. We can easily show what's wrong by clicking the delta button, and the missing wire is highlighted. So one of the attributes of this tester and our software is that it allows you to very quickly zoom in on errors, faults in a cable. So it's very good at diagnostics. So I'm going to fix this, and I'm going to run a high pot test. We don't have a lot of time, but I did want to show you how this works. I will enable high voltage, and I have to press a button down on the tester here, and you'll hear a moment. That little squealing sound warns the operator that they're now going to be dealing with high voltage, and so watch what you touch when the voltage is active. Let's go back to the screen. And this time I've corrected the problem by flipping the switch back, and I'm going to run a test. And now we're doing a high voltage test. You can see the progress window up there, and I'm all done. It looks the same to you, but look at the data now, and you see we have data shown here over on the right. This is the high voltage information. This is the leakage we detected on every wire. That's the actual test voltage achieved, and this is the insulation resistance. One last thing I want to show you is the test report. This is what you would get printed on your laser printer. You see on the top row, we have the title block with the date and time. It shows us a pass. It gives us the schematic and wiring. This is the high voltage parameters here, and all of the test data down below. This is very important in quality control to be able to prove that something has been tested and to provide data showing what we measured and that it passes all of the tests we need. If you need more information, go to camiresearch.com. on our website. There's a button there that says prices. If you click that, you'll get a form, and you can fill in that information, and we'll send you our catalog with prices and can answer any particular questions that you have. Thank you very much.